spent the last 2 years reworking.
Oh my God.
Family.
This is actually ridiculous.
The beating heart of...
Right. Hey Siri, message Jack.
What do you want to say to Jack Tinnegate?
We need to sort this Wi-Fi network, mate. It's absolutely unbearable. I can't even watch videos on YouTube.
Send it?
Yes.
Done.
On stuff like your laptop, your tablet, your...
Bloody hell, that was quick.
Well, I need to help you, so Joe, get this installed and it'll sort your networking issue out.
Nice one, mate. Thanks so much.
Have fun, mate.
You know I will.
You will.
See ya. Before we get started installing the new access point in the house, it makes sense for us to do a full home scan using the UniFi Wi-Fi Man app. And that will show us a visual representation from red to green, how strong the signal is in each room of the house. So we'll do that first, identify where there's the weakest signal, and then that's where we can install the second AP. It uses the camera to do this, so you just basically point it around at everything in the house. I'll come back towards you and scan the office now as well, because that's arguably one of the most important places to have signal. It's showing a color-coded representation of what the signal strength's like up here. Given that the access point it's pulling in from is on the other side of the house, a level down, it's not very good. Bathroom could be an important place to have Wi-Fi, especially if you like to listen to music while you're in the shower. Not naming any names, Jack.
I love music in the shower.
All right, so we've just finished the scan of the top floor, and the whole thing is completely orange and red, so I'm not surprised my other half's not been too happy about the Wi-Fi up there. All right, so we'll move on to the downstairs. I'm going to start in the living room, which is where the current U7 Pro access point is actually installed. That's the only one that we've got in the house. You'll see it on the ceiling in there. So let's just get this scan done down here. And then we've got a record of what it was like before we put the second one in. Make sure you get all into the corners. Lovely. I'm going to just do that side again. There we are. So I don't know if you'll be able to see that on camera. Much stronger down here with lots of green. So we'll save that scan, call that ground floor. So let's find out how abysmal the speed is up here. Jack wasn't too happy when he came around the other day to do some editing with me because, oh dear.
Look at that.
Oh dear.
That's shocking, Joe.
4 meg, I'm paying for 990 with BT. All right, so there's been some complaints of the signal strength in this particular room. Let's run another speed test and see what it says. Similar story, 8 meg.
So what's the solution then, Joe? How are we going to fix it?
Well, we're going to have to put in that next access point, aren't we?
You certainly are.
Right, let's go run some tests downstairs because genuinely it's actually very, very, very good down there. It's just terrible up here. Be interesting to see if the speed picks up as we go downstairs. So yeah, look, we're already up to 450 meg, 820, there we go. So I told you, we've got good broadband, it just haven't got very good coverage throughout the house.
No. Which is surprising because it's only a 2-story building, isn't it?
It's only 2-story, I know. I know it's a ceiling mounted AP, but I really did think the performance would be better than that. Yeah, I guess ceiling mounted. It's designed to give you maximum coverage across one level, but it doesn't necessarily rise upwards, does it?
No.
All right, and now for the final test in the lounge, we're pretty much standing straight under the AP.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah. 900 plus meg on Wi-Fi. But it's truly insane that we only get 3 megabit per second upstairs. Opposite side of the house on a different floor. It's not like it's a massive 5-6 bed 3-story, you know?
No.
Yeah, and we've got 100 megabits up. Okay, great, so we've done the speed tests. Let's go get that new access point installed and then we can redo the tests and see if it's actually made that much of a difference. So this is the U6 in wall. Mainly went for this because, like we mentioned earlier, it's got the integrated switch. I know it's only Wi-Fi 6 and doesn't support 6E or 7. But really, who needs that today? Not me, so probably not the vast majority of people. I do have to say, I really like UniFi's product packaging. I think the whole cardboard, it's all recyclable.
Put a lot of thought into it, haven't they?
Yeah, it's thoughtful, it's nicely designed, there's not loads of plastic. I can go straight into recycling bin, happy days. So we've got the access point itself, powered via PoE, has that built-in switch and a PoE out port as well. Not PoE Plus, just standard PoE, but that's fine for a basic security camera. And then we've got the wall mounting kit. Let's get into the office next door, check that the Ethernet port in there is working, because there were some issues with it a couple of months ago when I first tried it out. So we'll test that, get this fitted, run some new speed tests, and see what kind of a difference it's made. So I'm here in my other half's office, and when we originally designed the house, we initially planned to have her desk on this side of the room, and that's where we configured to have an Ethernet port put in by the builder. When we actually moved in, she changed her mind, and we've gone with kind of full built-in wardrobes here, and the desks ended up on this side of the wall. So it's not a massive problem, it just means that we'll have to run the access point probably up to the top of the wardrobe, rather than plugging it in using the wall plate where it terminates in the wall. So we won't be using the wall plate from UniFi, we'll just run an Ethernet cable out of the jack, up to the top of the wardrobe, and just kind of leave it loose in there for now. Idea being that longer term, we can run LAN cable from the switch that's built into it to her desk, can just sort of run along the floor behind me, and then possibly in future as well, run a PoE camera in this room that looks out over the outside of the house as well. So I'll crack on putting this in. That's just an idea of what maybe we could do with it in future. Yeah, I'm gonna need, there's a two-handed job for sure.
That's what she said.
Jack. Okay, that can go, oh, I might have to take this shelf out, you know. How not to do home networking. Oh.
Oh, I heard a click.
I had a click. Okay. So this should be pulling PoE up from the gateway, which is downstairs. If I just do a quick test, that should now power up, theoretically, assuming that the port's all working. But we might have a faulty port, or it might not be connected to the gateway downstairs. You might need to go and have a look.
We realised we've got an issue with Joe's RJ45 port. We went to plug in the U6 and realised there was no PoE and there was no data. So, what we're going to do, Joe?
Currently having a look at how to terminate a wall port, because that's not something I've actually ever done before.
Yeah.
Pretty bog standard stuff, I've seen the electrician do it, but yeah, we're going to have to get down to screw fix, I think. So,
pick up some of these.
We'll get ourselves a network cable tester and make sure once we've actually re-terminated it that we've done it correctly. Yeah, all we can do is give it a go, right? So, how hard can it be? Famous last words.
Exactly. Lad bites, on the way to
Screw fix.
Why do we keep forgetting where we're going?
I don't know, mate. We only just placed the order, didn't we?
I've got really bad memory, you know.
Oh, this means we're going to have to go through all the bloody potholes. Do you know what? We'd actually best not put this on the channel, because then no car brand's going to give us a car, because we'll wreck them all.
Could you try not to hit, all the potholes?
What we're going to do when we get to screw fix, Joe, we're going to get the tools, we're going to go back, we're going to get the port fixed, we're going to test it,
Yeah.
we're going to set up the U6,
Yeah.
we're going to do another room scan,
And I'm finally going to have good Wi-Fi everywhere in the house.
which I don't understand because you've got a two-storey building.
I'm not going to lie, I don't understand how you've got an EE stock broadband router.
Yep.
And you get what speed everywhere?
900.
And you've got how many floors in your house?
3.
I don't understand how that's physically possible. Your house must be made of paper.
Because I don't over-engineer things. Like you, Joseph. You've got, what is it, a Ubiquiti or is it UniFi?
Well, we've got the UniFi gateway
Yeah.
with MVR.
Yeah. You got your NAS.
A couple of switches, a home server.
Yeah. But yeah, who's got the better
A
network?
couple of edit stations to, okay, that's just a lie. I'm questioning if you're qualified to actually be on this channel.
Well, I'm honest, mate. I'm honest with you. If I get 900 megabytes per second in my office.
Megabits.
So megabits per second, right? Megabits, megabytes, right? Same thing.
I mean, there's an 8x difference, but okay.
Kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes.
But I get 900 megabytes in my office and you get what?
Megabits.
No.
I'm personally going to download 500 megabytes of my fist up your ass.
I get 900 in my office.
There's a big difference.
And you get what? 30?
On LAN, 990.
Okay, but what about on Wi-Fi?
4.
Exactly.
I'm not impressed with this. Genuinely, you're actually annoying me now. Yeah, buddy.
Screw fix it is. Oh, please pull. Fuck. Jesus Christ.
Watch those guns. Easy.
It's very windy, isn't it?
A few moments later.
We're not doing too well, are we?
No. So,
What does this say?
does it include batteries?
1 times 9 volt battery,
Yeah.
Not included.
Where on earth do you get a 9-volt battery from these days?
When's the last time you saw one of these?
20 years ago?
It's been 84 years.
Back to Screwfix we go.
Wow.
So we're off to B&M.
B&M's.
To try and get our 9-volt battery. The time is now 13:58.
Yep.
So hopefully by some time before it gets dark, we will actually be able to try and
get that
diagnose this port problem.
Oh, it's pretty windy.
As if by magic.
B&M's.
Here we are.
So if they haven't got any 9-volt batteries, mate, what are we going to do?
I don't know, I've not thought that far ahead yet.
This one. DIY and electrical.
He's a man with a plan.
Here we go.
Ah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Bingo.
Not bad. How many did you get? Just the one?
Yeah, we don't just throwing them around now. That'll do, won't it?
Yeah.
One Energizer 9-volt. £3.
A few minutes later.
We've got the battery, we've got the network tester, we've got all the other gubbins. Hopefully we can figure out what the issue is and then get this thing sorted. So yeah, as we can see, there's no power coming through to the U6. So we're gonna run a quick test and see whether it's terminated properly. Jack?
Yep.
What your magic?
Okay, so we've got two ends. I'm going to plug one end into the RJ45 clip, run downstairs where the main input of the network is, and hopefully we should get a confirmed signal. And if we don't, it will tell us which connectors are dead in the RJ45 clip.
Okay.
Here we go.
Are you in the right one?
That's what she said.
What's the RJ45 and RJ11?
RJ11's for your phone. It's got a phone cable.
Weird that it says that's RJ45.
Yeah.
You can tell, oh wow.
Yeah.
That's well made. So the label's actually the wrong way around.
Correct, yeah. So RJ11's for like your phone cables.
Makes sense.
Really old phone.
Cool.
So I think that's telling us the connectors in the actual port itself are fine. They're getting a good signal.
Yeah.
And they're getting a return from the RJ45. So we'll go downstairs now.
Yeah.
Plug the other end into this. And that should also correspond.
Okay, to what's shown on here.
Yes.
Interesting. All right, let's go and do that then.
Do it.
Right, so we know that the port we need to test is labelled up as B3 for bedroom 3.
Yep.
And we've got the other end of it here out of the access point.
Correct.
The gateway, sorry.
Yep. So we're going to plug that in now. Basically, the unit upstairs is sending power through Fnet.
Ethernet. Ethernet.
Ethernet.
Ethernet.
Fnet.
Ethernet. Ethernet.
Ethernet.
Fnet.
Ethernet.
Ethernet.
Ethernet cable hidden up your fucking asshole.
We're going to plug this other end in, and it should correspond with lights, which means it's getting data and power from the unit upstairs.
Moment of truth.
Okay. So that, Joe, is
Why are they all lighting up?
it's telling me that the port's fine.
But that means the port's fine.
So, Joe, now that I've explained to you PoE...
How did I miss that? Because I'm a moron, I didn't get another PoE injector when I got the new access point. And that's why it's not
working.
Powering it.
Joe has got one PoE injector, which is going to his current
living room.
Why
didn't I buy... That's really pissed me off, actually. That's really pissed me off. Do you know what I had in the back of my mind is that the switch in the office has PoE ports on it.
Yep.
And so when I bought the new access point, I probably thought, let's just run it off that, which is why I didn't get another injector. What a sausage. So I just need to order another injector and then it'll be fine.
Correct. So all this running around today has been for what purpose?
Absolutely nothing.
Gentlemen, we need to attain maximum efficiency.
So that means we can go and set it up in my office and then at least
configure it.
So these are all PoE ports. Go. Hey!
And we have power.
There we go. Happy days. So we are logged into the UniFi network backend through the browser, and I can see that it's detected the U6 in wall and it's ready to start setting it up. It's honestly so simple once you are actually delivering power to the unit, but like I said, the less we say about that, the better. We've got U6 in wall, and it's just running a software update, probably needs to pull in some new firmware, something like that. Let it do its thing. Cool, so we can see that the access point's been added, it's getting gigabit input out of the USW Pro Max. It's drawing 6.6 watts of power, and I'll probably get, when we do move it into its permanent home next door, I'll get a PoE Plus injector so that it can then power can then power a camera or something in future
Yep.
over its built-in PoE port. Because it is a switch as well as an AP, which is nice. We can see that all SSIDs are broadcasting across all access points, which is fine.
So if I run a speed test now then. So I'm currently getting,
Stunning.
so final, 880 megabytes.
Bro, are you serious?
Megabits, megabytes, same thing, 880 megabytes.
Like I said, I'm not an expert.
Oh my. 7.
Glorious. What were we getting in here last time? 4, 5?
Yes.
So the upload should be 110 or thereabouts. Beautiful. So we're now saturating the lineup here as well as downstairs. And now for another scan with the new access point. Oh, it's looking green, Jack. It's looking very green.
Oh, that is looking much better, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Right, into the bathroom. It'll probably switch over, which I guess is the point, right? That it can steer between them. Okay, this is what it's all leading up to. We'll just show you the overlays of what this looks like. So we're going to go with PoE Plus because I want to be able to power a camera with it in future. Ah, classic UniFi. Classic.
Brilliant.
UniFi. Unless I can just get it from Broadband Buyer or something, because they're usually pretty good. Oh look, first result. In stock. Job done.
3 days later.
Oh, they're taking the absolute piss now.